that I wasn't able to upload during the past few months. I was still trying to find what I wanted to do. Still indecisive of my major, but slightly more confident on my choice. I did get into a few hobbies. I recently got into drawing, trying to learn how to draw. The best I've done so far is a few shapes and planes. Nothing else. I am going to start looking at a course, though. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at mostly a fundamentals course. I'm hoping it'll turn out okay. I'm not really sure what else I should do for this ASMR. I guess it'd mostly be about me talking a bit and airbrushing. Right now, I am obviously a bit on break for school or college. finals were about last month or 2 weeks ago. Forgot. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I had Calculus 1 and Chemistry, Principles of Chemistry 1 on the same day. Yeah, no, I barely did any. I didn't really study much for the chemistry one. I did study quite a bit for the calculus one. It was all open-ended questions. Luckily to me, they were all pretty easy. The study guide was about 100 questions. I didn't really finish it. Probably did around 60 questions out of the 100. Although that was apparently enough. The exam, it was pretty easy. Although I do think everybody else failed. The class had a group chat. Everybody was freaking out. On that day, I woke up around 4 a.m. I slept around 2. No, I slept around 1. So I had a 3-hour sleep for my calc final. And for my chemistry, well, after my calc final, after about, the calc final was around the evening. I finished early. I arrived late, actually. I went to the wrong room. My professor, he gave me the wrong room. But then he took his students. He went to the room and collected his students. So I started the exam around half an hour late. I was still able to finish it early though. So luckily there was that. I still had, still about an hour left until the final was over. An hour later, after I finished, I fell asleep. I didn't care much for the chemistry final because, well, I did study for it the day before. I studied the wrong stuff too much. Apparently for my university, we took the ACS General Chemistry exam for my final. It's a standardized test. And the average for my university was around a 50. So I didn't think I'd have a good chance. I didn't use the official study guide though. I used one from Cliff Notes. Yeah, that study guide was lying. I taught myself a bit of thermochemistry. It wasn't in my curriculum, though. But I taught a little bit to myself just in case. Also a little bit of gas laws as well. Everybody was expecting to fail because of the statistics for the score averages. We all joked about how we were ready to fail. I wanted a 7. I wanted at least a 60. And then when the exam started, it was a lot easier than I thought. Yeah, the exam, it was a lot easier than I thought. It was everything we were taught in the class, nothing outside of the class. So I studied too much of the wrong things. I did study some of the old material, although not as much as I should have for some of them. Though the exam was easy, I think I did pass the exam. I think I got an 84 or an 86. I don't know, but it got curved up to a 94 by my professor. Or not the professor, the school. And I had a final that day, on that day as well, for a virtual class. It was Theater and Society. I'm an engineering major, Why do I have to take theater? Why do I have to take an arts class? I don't really know. For my theater and society final, I had to create a short digital story or performance. I went with a digital story because I did not want to design a costume nor make a set. So I did use this equipment and my audio editing skills I did try for it. The other students, they didn't know how to use their audio correctly. The music blasted their narration most of the times. Mine was adequate, I'd say. Although I wasn't done with my finals after all those 3 months. I still had one more to do. My engineering graphics final. That one I was most worried about because the exam was basically made by just one guy in the department, and a lot of his answers were pretty subjective. The other professors sometimes disagreed with his answers. His questions were also pretty wordy. Luckily, the questions were pretty much the same as the study guide. And I did help somebody with their project, mostly giving them advice. Because they had a lot of trouble with that class, I did try to teach them the basics throughout the entire semester. Although, I guess I'm just not a good teacher, or not a good tutor. I guess it didn't really work out. Still had to remind about a lot of basic stuff. Yeah, my engineering graphics final, it had around 60 questions, I think, or 50. The average was around a 60. So I was hoping for a 70. And I studied too much of the wrong things for that final as well. I studied about different threadings, like standard threadings, standard internal threadings, even though apparently those weren't on the final. The one thing I should have studied was metric thread callouts. I studied the American ones, but not the metric. And I thought the entire final was just going to be that one exam, but it turned out there were two other parts along with it. One was to create a model from a drawing. In my university, we use SolidWorks for CAD. Luckily, the part that we had to make, it was pretty easy. It was just a simple type of bearing. The third part, it was creating a drawing from a model, from a part that they gave us. That was also easy. I just had to look back on the creator's steps and mirror their process on how they designed it or dimensioned it. On the multiple choice section, again, the average, this is the first part of the final. The average is a 60. Luckily, I managed to get an 80. Well, 79.87. So that's an 80 to me. Sorry, my nose was. Sorry, my nose was about to sneeze. So yeah, I got about an 80 on that part. And luckily they said that there would be a large curve for that exam. So I think I got probably around the 90, a low A, but still an A. After that, I did get into some hobbies, like drawing. I didn't mention that before. I also started learning, I'm starting out to try to learn Russian. I still really, all I've done is learned the alphabet and learn how to draw in cursive in Russian. I did learn a few sentence structures, only like 2 and like 5 words, I'd say. I will try to learn more of it. Maybe even speak it into the mic. I do still have a lot of troubles rolling my R's. I have been trying to work on it. I can do it a bit better, good. Maybe I could say some words, I guess. Although I'll have to apologize for my pronunciation and possibly incorrect phrasing. Sorry, I'm still learning. Cocktail. I think that means, how are you? Хорошо. Or is it хорошо? Sorry, it's hard to roll my R. I'll try to be quiet. I'll try it again. No, I can't do it. I think хорошо means good. Hopefully you're doing okay. If not, I'm hoping this is relaxing you a little, relieving some of the stress. And this is also a bit relaxing for me. In case you want to know how I'm making this sound, it is actually my hair. I didn't realize how effective it'd be. Just actually brushing my hair. But just think of it as yours for now. I will try to see if I can do more of these. I would appreciate some comments to see if I'm still doing okay with these ASMRs. I am still new to this. Although I will be willing to get better. was my arm just now. That popped. My elbow. But yeah, this time, this ASMR didn't really have much planning to it. I don't know if it'd just be nice for me to just do this while also talking about just life and random stuff. Hopefully it's nice. And just listening to somebody else's yap about their life and just some of the things that they're doing. Also, I'm sorry if I butchered anything while trying to remember about and say some of the words I said in Russian and phrases. Sorry if I butchered them. Sorry. Sorry, those pops were from me. I just have to stretch for a little bit. I probably won't listen back much to ASMR. It'll mostly be unedited in terms of cutting. There is 2 cuts, I would say. When my dogs did start barking mid-session. I don't know why they were up at 2 a.m. I have another story. Around 4 or 5 days ago, my sister, she started freaking out about my dogs. I heard them growling and barking at something. I thought they were fighting, but it didn't sound quite right. Instead, when I went out to look, apparently they were trying to attack a possum that was on our fence. I'd say pretty big, I'd say. So it was about, I think it was like almost like a foot long, I think. Yeah, so that was a little bit of a surprise. That's the first time I saw an opossum too. And we didn't really do anything with it. We just left it alone and threw some food over the fence for it. I think it was climbing off of the fence onto the branches when we left. So yeah, I probably did get some of the food that we threw over the fence. Usually we just see deer. Mostly we just see deer and cats around. We don't really see dogs around, at least stray dogs. Mostly just people walking their dogs. That's the most we'll see of dogs. Other than that, there's mostly, what I said before, deer, cats, and we also have bunnies as well. Although we did one time see a turtle around. It was on the road. Luckily, my dad, he did take it off from the road. He was the one who saw it. He was driving. I wasn't there. He told me. It's already 50 minutes into the session, recording session. Might be about time to wrap up on this. I'm not sure. Maybe if I can think of another thing to say or another topic. Yeah. I recently went to a mall with a family. I went into this one anime slash cartoon store. And I was looking around for anything that caught my eye. I was thinking about maybe buying a figurine or a plush. They just had regular animal bean plushes. Either that or this one piece lamp that they had. It was of a Luffy's straw hat as a lamp. It was either that or maybe some snacks. Though I did settle on buying one thing. Right under the lamp, there's a plush under it. It's from a character from Konosuba, Union. So when I immediately saw that, I decided that I would buy that one. It's an alright plush. There are also Gundams as well, but I don't think they're really my kind of thing. I just take too long for the satisfaction. And I think I just like plushes more than figurines. I do basically just sleep on plushes. 2 large pillows, 1 mini pillow, and 2 large plushes, 1 plush pillow, and 3 other plushes. And I have an entire collection on my desk from mostly childhood. After that, I went to this one Mexican store. There's a Mexican place in the food place in the mall. And I initially, when we got to the mall, the line was pretty packed for that one food store. Then after I bought the plush, the Union plush, I checked back and it was decently pretty short. So I got some horchata to drink, mostly because I was pretty sure my family was gonna get something to eat after they were done with the mall. So I just got something to drink. And I should have ordered napkins because it was really cold. Anyways, it was pretty good. My sister, she ordered a cucumber, lime, kiwi drink and water. Tried it the day after, and it was pretty good. I've been trying to find games to play. Mostly I've been playing Nine Souls lately. Well, mostly watching anime, but also playing Nine Souls. I did get past the first boss. It was a centaur. Or centaur human. Yeah, centaur. Took me about 8 tries. I was still getting used to parrying the special red attacks. For those, you have to jump and then parry, but you can't. At least I don't think so. I don't think you can parry the weapon. You have to parry the body of the attacker. That's one thing I kind of kept on messing up. I kept on parrying at the moment the weapon hit me, when I should have been parrying at the boss's body. When I finally did beat him, it was pretty close. I was one hit away from dying. I had no heals, and I just committed to parrying him. He wasn't that bad, but it was still kind of close. Anyways, the game, it is pretty good. I think I'm still only around the beginning, though. I am trying to find other games to play. I did used to play Destiny 2, although I just got really burnt out after Final Shape, and everything that's happening with Bungie right now, with all the layoffs, and just the decisions they're making. I pretty much played since Curse of Osiris, around the end of Curse of Osiris. Final Shape was pretty good. I should probably play to get my money's worth. Although I'm just tired of the game right now. I might just need to play it, and it might change. I'm not too sure. The seasons, at least the first, well, not season, they're called episodes now. The first episode, I didn't really like it. I'll be honest. So it was just Gambit again. I wonder why they make so many mechanics just Gambit. Revised. If they're gonna reuse stuff, at least bring back Tanix. I don't care about lore implications, just bring him back. Sorry, just cracking my feet. Or like my heel, I guess. And my wrist. You might have occasionally heard my wrist pop slightly. It does tend to do that sometimes. I do hope that this has made you relaxed. And I haven't really been playing games much this year. Actually, I didn't. There's so much that I didn't even realize Game Awards were happening until the day right before. I didn't watch it though. I was doing something else and helping out with family. Although, right before I went to sleep, around like 12 or 1 a.m., I don't know which time it was, one of those, I did see on my recommended Elden Ring Night Rain. And I was trying not to sound not seem a bit too loud or excited. I was pretty hyped about it, about the spin-off. I've been playing Souls games for a while. Actually, they were one of my very few games, actually. Dark Souls 3 was my first Soulsborne game. I played it when I was 11, I think. I think I was 11 or 10 or 11. I think I was 11 when I played Dark Souls 3 for the first time. It was actually one of my first console games. The other one before that was Minecraft. I chose Minecraft for a little bit. Resident Evil 6. I think, yeah, 6. And then I stopped playing on my Xbox for a while until 2 years later, 2 or 3 years later. And then the first game back was Dark Souls 3. They kept me entertained for quite a while, for about a year. I did make one of my most... I did make a pretty good friendship from it. Pretty long lasting one. Still friends with them online. They did get me into Destiny 2 as well. And it was by entire chance. I happened to accept a post to help someone on Dancer of the Burial Valley. And that was where I met one of my best friends online. By complete chance. And it was also by complete chance that I tried out Dark Souls 3. One of my teachers in middle school, his favorite game was Dark Souls 1. And he was a pretty cool teacher. So I decided why not play Dark Souls 3? And so I got it. And I am very glad that I did play it. I think I played around 2017, 2018. I think so. (2018), I think. Yeah, it's a really fun game. My favorite boss from Dark Souls 3, well, from the base game, that's a pretty hard decision. I think it would have to be either Dragon Knight Slayer armor or the Twin Princes, Lauren and Lothric. Although my favorite boss in general, it would have to be Gale, the final boss of the Ring City DLC. He was my favorite boss. I tried fighting him all week. I tried to beat him with the torch only. The most that I got was around halfway through phase 2 And then I think Sekiro came out, and I played that. Sekiro was really fun too. It's either my number 1 or number 2 favorite Soulsborne. I should really play Sekiro again. Sekiro, I think my favorite boss from Sekiro was the Demon of Hatred. I really liked how some of his attacks looked. I guess second to that, so maybe Celestial Dragon's third. Second, I'd put Sword Saint Ishin, I think. Sorry for the cough. My nose. Okay. Yeah, Sword Saint Ishin. He was a pretty good boss. I think he took me about 2 days to beat. I think I was around 12 or 13 around the time. I don't really know. So far, I have played all of the Souls games. And the only one that I haven't beaten is Dark Souls 2. But I really need to finish it. So, I remember starting a Broken Street Sword run in Dark Souls 2. I'm probably gonna continue off of it. Because I find Dark Souls 2 a really goofy game. A fun, goofy game. Maybe not good all the time, but definitely enjoyable, despite all the jank. Actually, I think that is part of the charm of Dark Souls 2. It'd be really hard to rank the Souls games because Dark Souls 1 is the best in terms of atmosphere, relaxation, and exploration. Dark Souls 3 has some of the best bosses in the series. I also just liked Dark Souls 3 PvP. I've heard Dark Souls 2 PvP is good, but I haven't played it much. Elden Ring. Base game Elden Ring. I I don't think I liked it as much as Dark Souls 3, I think in total. That was before the DLC came out. I still thought that Midir was the best dragon boss still. I didn't feel like any of the dragons in base game Elden Ring topped Midir. Because Midir was just cool. This purple dragon. That just shoots lasers. Setting was really cool too. Music, really cool. I just found being like really up close to the dragons, to fighting a dragon up close, head-to-head combat, really fun. That's one thing I didn't really like about Elden Ring dragons. It's like they didn't really swing at you much. They weren't very much aggressive like Midir. And that's until the DLC when Gale came out. Gale is definitely my favorite boss from the DLC. I think he actually tops Midir, actually. And yeah, this DLC, it was actually pretty hard. I don't know if it was because I was just rusty or if I was just bad. Yeah, Gale. Not Gale, Bale. Why did I say Gale? Bale. He was a really fun boss. I really liked his second phase too, his second phase intro, and just the sound design for his second phase in general. It's like, how could you top a dragon with lasers? It's a dragon with nukes. Radon. I don't really want to talk about Radon. Also, I heard that they nerfed him. I don't know why. He shouldn't have been nerfed. They shouldn't have nerfed him. It's the same thing as regular Radon. I really miss regular Radon. I wish I could fight him. But instead I have to deal with post-patch regular Radon. He's just no fun. Even if I just fight him with a shield, it's not really the same. It's like he can basically die to just the NPCs. That's just a bummer. I'm at least glad that I got to experience pre-patch Radon at release. Regular Radon. Not the DLC. I did experience DLC Radon pre-patch. Although I still need to fight a lot of the side bosses in the DLC. So I'm probably gonna do that while I'm on break. Probably also gonna learn a few skills as well. Gonna try to learn circuit analysis. Also gonna try experimenting with RF, or like radio processing, signal processing. I did buy an SDR, software defined radio, and I did listen to a couple frequencies. It's mostly music, but I was able to overhear a couple conversations. There is also a little bit of Morse code as well. One frequency that I looked at. There were a couple too that I think were ham radio frequencies. And I didn't have the software to decode it. Right now I'm trying to use USRP with LabVIEW to test it out. Of course it's not mine. I don't have that kind of money. I'm just borrowing it. Still need to learn a bit about the concepts. I did learn about just Euler's identity, how it relates to waves, and how we use those waves to use that equation to simplify a lot of stuff, real and imaginary waves or components, demodulation as well for quadrature waves. Learned about amplitude modulation and frequency modulation, a little bit about long range modulation, although I need to review back about it. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around the chirp symbols, or the chirp method. And test out what I can listen to and transmit with the USRP. I remember that I did put out a post that I would be working on a song cover. I don't know if I want to upload it, since I realized that I do actually suck at singing. So I did try to improve on it a little bit, but it's not really my focus right now. I think it's about time that I should end this ASMR. Although I don't really know if I'd count it as ASMR. I don't know. It's just been me talking, really. I'm not sure if that's really just enough or not. I guess please leave a comment if it is enough. I would appreciate comments a lot. They do help motivate me to try out this stuff more. Yeah, I guess actually, no, I'll say that for another time, actually. Yeah, I'll end this recording session. It's 3 a.m. for me currently, so I might as well end it. Hopefully, y'all like this. If you don't mind me keep on continuing this, please comment about it. I would really appreciate it. I will respond, depending on what it says, I guess. Though I probably will. Just at least thank you for commenting. Sorry for not uploading these past few months. Though I will still, upload schedule will still be pretty unstable. So please just enjoy yourself with what I've uploaded so far, please. I hope you have a good rest. If you're sleeping, hopefully you wake up comfortable. You don't wake up with any pain at all or any stress. I can't really comment much about dreams much. I don't really have them that often. For me, it's mostly just black. So if yours is also just black, hopefully it's a calming one. If you are having a dream, hopefully it's a good one. If not, hopefully it's one you can recover from. If it's a sad one, take a moment to kind of think back on it. My last dream was also a sad one. Though I just needed a little bit of time to recover from it. Even if it's just small 2 minutes. I'm just thinking back, maybe appreciating the memory linked to the dream. If you're still awake, if it's an okay time for you to go to sleep, please go to sleep. It could also be late for you as well. So I advise you to go to sleep and enjoy the next ASMR artist in your playlist. Hopefully they're a nice one. Hopefully they'll provide you comfort as well. Accidentally cried from holding back a sneeze. I didn't expect that. But yeah, if you're awake, please go to sleep. If you're asleep, wake up well. I will finish this recording and then I will head to sleep. Hopefully not for too long, because I do need to wake up at a decent time tomorrow. to read a couple articles. Maybe draw a bit to kind of improve my skills, but mostly reading articles and getting used to the USRP STR that I have. So yeah, thank you for listening to me just talking and this hair brushing and scratching as well. Or I guess head patting. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. I guess I could just say head patting. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Please enjoy the next person, next ASMR artist that you listen to. If I am the last one that you are listening to, thank you. Anyway, this is bye for now.